जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिधारी यशोदनंदना व्रजजनरंजना यशोदनंदना व्रजजनरंजना यमुनतीरा वनचारी यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिधारी यशोदनंदना व्रजजनरंजना यशोदनंदना व्रजजनरंजना यमुनतीरा वनचारी यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva 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 Nita Roda Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nita Roda Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Janmantila Pravista Am Vishnupada Paramahamsa Padirajacharya Stotra Shata Srimad His Divine Grace Sadai Charnavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda Ki ISKCON Founder Beautiful Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Gaur Premanandi all glories to some of the devotees, all glories to some of the devotees, all glories to some of the devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I didn't do my homework, though, despite of all the syllabus available for my preparation for the examination. But I am such a student who just gets up in the morning, the day of examination, and just takes a look at the syllabus or whatever it is. So please bear my presence here. Actually, a cuckoo bird should have been here. Unfortunately, the cuckoo bird not able to be here. And also the communication, the Bhagavatam speaker communication really helped so many people. There's going to be a crow on the seat, so we don't have to worry about it. The cuckoo bird is getting, some reason or the other, not able to be there today, so they peacefully extended their sleeping hours of the Saturday morning. So this is, I can definitely understand. So that will really saved them. The communication of Bhagavatam speakers of Saturday really saved those people. Thank you very much for the communication team. Hare Krishna. Okay. The verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 11:14. So we just the print is, of course, I think I need to use my screen so that I just listen. Okay? So you all have that on your phones. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text number 14. Apanna samsutim ghoram yannama visashoghanan Tata sadyo vimuccheta yad vibheti swayam bhayam Apanna samsutim ghoram yannama visashoghanan Tata sadyo vimuccheta yad vibheti swayam bhayam Apanna samsutim ghoram yannama visashoghanan Tata sadyo vimuccheta yad vibheti swayam bhayam
Apanna samsrutim ghoram yannama vivashoghanan Tata sadyo vimuccheta yad vibheti swayam bhayam
Apanna samsritim ghoram
Apanna samsutim ghoram
Yannama vivasho gunam.
Yannama vivasho gunam.
Tata sadhyo vimuchyeta.
Yada sadhyo vimuchyeta.
Viveti swayam bhayam.
Tad viveti swayam bhayam. Excuse me, that was vivasho, right? I read it as vishasho. I'm sorry, extremely sorry. That is, yeah, the field actually, okay. Yeah. All right.
Apanna samskritim ghoram.
Apanna samsrutim ghoram.
Yannama vivasyo gunan.
Yannama vivasho gunam.
Tada sadhyo vimuchyeta.
Tada sadhyo vimuchyeta.
Yad viveti swayam bhayam.
Yad viveti swayam bhayam.
आपन्ना संस्मृतिं घोराम्
Apanna samsrutim ghoram.
यन्नाम विवशो गृणन्
Yannama vivasho gunam.
ततः सद्यो विमुच्येत
Tada sadhyo vimuchyeta.
यद्विवेति स्वयं भयम्
Yad viveti swayam bhayam. Excellent meter, so wonderful it is, so beautiful, very good. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful meter. I think there are people who can read in 5 meters or something like that. It's really very great, all those devotees, wonderful devotees, like cuckoo birds, like, again we remember those cuckoo birds singing so nicely. The children will try to imitate that, even elders also, everyone for that matter. During our recent visit to India, we were seeing even what's our eco village also, there are so beautiful bunches of mangoes. Even now the mangoes, of course this month of Chaitra is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, the appearance day of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu is coming. You see so beautiful flowers, no? And then you can hear the cuckoo birds, because that is the spring, onset of spring. You can hear these wonderful sounds of cuckoo birds everywhere, and children, everybody imitating the sounds of that. You know? So that's really so wonderful. That is. Okay. Read the sloka again. Apanna samsutim ghoram. Apanna samsutim ghoram. Yannama vivasho ghranan. Nama vivasho ghranan. Tada sadhyo vimuchyeta. Tada sadhyo vimuchyeta. Yad viveti swayam bhayam. Yad viveti swayam bhayam. Please repeat after me. Apanna, being entangled. Samshrutim, in the hurdles of birth and death. Ghoram, too complicated. Yet, what? Nama, the absolute name. Vivasha, unconsciously. Grana, chanting. Tatha, from that. Sadhya, at once. Vimuchyeta, gets freedom. Yet, that which vibheti, fears. Swayam, personally. Translation: living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by the fear personified. The unconsciously, the word, it attracts me so much. And Sri Prabhupada sometimes right now, this is very significant, the word unconsciously here in that way. So I don't know, somehow this is okay. The purport, Vasudeva, or Lord Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others, who are very powerful living entities, were all killed by the personality of Godhead. And the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Everything is related to him, and everything has its identity in him. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is not different from Krishna. Therefore, the name of Krishna is as powerful as Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference at all. anyone, therefore, can take advantage of the holy names of Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, even in the midst of greatest dangers. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by force of circumstances, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdles of birth and death. How wonderful it is. How hope-giving is this? Isn't it? So wonderful. Wow. Jai. So, what is the emphasis on this sloka? What is actually the main thing? What is the main thing of this sloka? Is with the holy name. How powerful is the holy name? Just even in any situation, unconsciously also, someone chants the holy name of Krishna, it relieves us from all kinds of, there's like Svabhamapesya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat, even just from all the greatest disasters in life, even if one very small, simple, insignificant effort of the sadhaka, whatever it is, in the stage that I am in, or we are all in, the sadhaka stage, this verse really is really hope-giving for us. And we have so many, because so far due to my nature of my various services that I have, I only get to read this, maybe even 3 lines, 4 lines, 10 lines, 15 lines. Immediately after Tulsi Arati, this I just learned while in New York. Immediately after Tulsi Arati, and that is being chanted from this. This is Sri Namamrita, the nectar of the holy name. It's all compiled from the books of His Divine Grace of Acharya and the Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. So then all this, because this is the holy name that emphasizes all the slokas quoted by different personalities or picked up from different Upanishads, Puranas, Vedas, whatever it is. So we have so many innumerable, means everything is it, and all our Srila Prabhupada's books, small books, when we just take that, when he refers to the power of the holy name, this is the book of compilation of all those wonderful slokas. So because I get attracted to those kind of things, and it is not out of place to mention those or read those things, to just memorize those things, since the significance of the holy name is emphasized in this sloka, that we have so many things, and all of you are well versed with those verses. So we can also just chant for our refreshing our memory, in that I think it's not a bad idea to do that. Krishna Varnam Vishal Krishnam Sango Panarsha Yajna Sankirtana Praye Ejante Sumedasa Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalam Nasteva Tiranyatha Kalor Dosha Nidhe Rajan Hasti Ek Mahan Guna Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Prajet Dvaparayal Janay Vishnu Pancharatraistu Kevalam Kalau Nama Matlena Pujyate Bhagavan Hari. This is a little bit, this is quoted by none other than the Sripad Madhvacharya. This is from Narayana Samhita. Also quoted by His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj in his Anubhashya commentary. Thus appears there. Iti Sodashakam Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nata Paratarupaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. There's so many hospitals, so many innumerable slokas emphasizing this particular aspect on this, the significance of the chanting of the holy name. So any one of you can just say some more the examples of this in from the pages of Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and other things like that. You have these chanting of the holy names, and can any one of you?
The last verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanastam Namami Harim Param.
Jai, very good. Actually, this is actually the real this thing, because 18,000 slokas. The last sloka that is even stressing upon the entire of all these kind of things. That's really wonderful. Thank you very much. And examples of people chanting the holy name.
Madhya.
That's it. And any more? Anything like that? Anybody has?
Draupadi.
Yes. In all calamities of life, in everything. And any of you having your own personal experiences, please? Can you share? Can you share? There's so many, every one of us,
Yes.
I know, because you may not be wanting to just share, oh, this happened like this. Innumerable, in day-to-day life, we have innumerable examples. We may not remember all of them now to just quote like that. There are so many examples that devotees share, oh, Prabhu, this happened like this. Yes. Because that is the power of the holy name. That is the power of the holy name. Also, like Srila Prabhupada quotes, a diseased person takes the medication. He doesn't have to know how the medication is working inside, what chemical reactions taking place, thereby that disease is being cured. He doesn't unknowingly, unconsciously, the medication works and he gets relief from the disease, right? That's how it is. The holy name is, we have Rama, Dimurti, Shukala, Niyame. He has empowered so many names, he has so many names, Krishna, Rama, all that, Govinda. So every name is as powerful as Krishna himself. So that is the power of the holy name by which we get relief from the material calamities. The purport, again, I would like to read that purport again. That's Vasudeva, so can I get this? Yeah. The living beings, this is from the translation, living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Vasudeva or Lord Krishna, the absolute personality of God, is the supreme controller of everything. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others who were very powerful living entities were all killed by the personality of God. And the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Everything is related to him and everything has its identity in him. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is non-different from Krishna. Therefore, the name of Krishna is as powerful as Lord Krishna himself. And there is no difference at all. Anyone, therefore, can take advantage of the holy name of Lord Sri Krishna even in the midst of greatest dangers. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by force or circumstances, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdles of birth and death. Also, we are living in the age of Kali, and we know that Kali, we have these so many, deficiencies in this, like we have, so this is my PowerPoint presentation, you won't be able to see my PowerPoint presentation. So, this is a very powerful presentation that you will be astonished to see that, okay. So, we have all anomalies. There are so many deficiencies in us. Manda, Sumanda, Matayor, Mandavagaha. So, these are all we all have these deficiencies in this, and also in this age, particularly in the age of Kali, Krite Dhyayato Vishnu Tretayam Ajato Maki Dvapare Paricharyaya Kalautar Harikirtana. Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga is meant for dhyana, the meditation, which the longevity of life is very, very thing. There's 100,000 years. And then Tretayam Ajato Maki. The Treta Yuga is meant for performance of yajnas, sacrifices. Dvapare Paricharyaya. Dwapara Yuga, the worshiping of Lord Vishnu or Krishna in the form of Archavigra, in the temple worship. And Kalavata 100,000 years, then 0, 1, 0 gone, 10,000 years, and another 0 gone, 1,000 years, and another 0 gone, 100 years, not even 100. Now 5,000 plus years have elapsed, the Kali Yuga, the span of 4,32,000 years out of that 5,000 plus years have gone by. But now the average lifespan, we just see people living 60 to 70 at the most. That is now because of the so many factors in the Kali Yuga that we have in this. So that's how, and here I was reading, I think day before yesterday, this one I felt that it is also good to read this thing in this, because since this is also pertaining to this thing. Sankirtana Yajna is the proper yajna for the Kali Yuga, when learned sages and Brahmanas assemble to chant Vedic mantras. Some of them are also engaged in arguing about the conclusions of the scriptures. Thus, some of the sages and Brahmanas were arguing that some of them were chanting the Vedic mantras. No, I ended up chanting a different one. That's what I was wondering. Okay, here it is. In this age, Hari Kirtana is the only practical means of self-realization. If one actually wants to solve the problems of life in this age, then he has to take to the process of Kirtana. That is the recommended process. Like we have in, say, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, 17.21. Hare Nama Iva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva Gatiranyadha. In this age, Kali Yuga, one cannot execute any process of self-realization or perfection of life other than Kirtana. Kirtana is essential in this age. In all Vedic literatures, it is confirmed that one must meditate on the Supreme Absolute Truth, Vishnu, not anything else, but there are different processes of meditation recommended for different ages. The process of mystic yogic meditation was possible in Satyuga when man lived for many thousands of years. Now people will not believe this, but in the previous age, there were people who lived for 100,000 years. That age was called Satyuga, and the meditation of mystic yoga was possible at that time. In the age of great yoga, in that age, great yogi Valmiki Muni meditated for 60,000 years. So that is a long-term process, which is not possible to execute in this age. If one wishes to conduct a fast, that is another matter. But if one actually wants to practice such meditation, it takes an extremely long time to perfect. In the next age, Treta Yuga, the process of realization was to perform the various ritualistic sacrifices recommended in the Vedas. In the next age, Dwapara Yuga, the process was temple worship. In this present age, the same result can be achieved by the process of Hari Kirtana, glorification of Hari, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is taken from the science of self-realization from several perspectives on this. So likewise, we have so many examples how powerful is the name of Krishna and how authenticate is this in the age of Kali. So I have so many examples, like also because it's the eyewitness sources, we say, unreliable sources and eyewitness sources. The unreliable sources, something when they quote this, so it is learned to the unreliable sources, like that some matter they just say that. So, but this is a very eyewitness sources. I personally was witness to that. So I think it's very proper for me to just say that, because how hope-giving it is. Let me ask, how many of you had any opportunity of being the person who was, near the person who was leaving the body? I think, you had. So, two opportunities I had in my lifetime. One before having come to Krishna consciousness, but that God that is there, it was there, it is there. But then one after fully, in the sense to, I don't say fully in Krishna consciousness, having heard about, unconsciously heard, I chanted the name of Krishna. So I think it's really very, very appropriate for me to speak how powerful or how Krishna orchestrates this. The incident, immediately after the incident, I was so convinced. It doesn't mean that I was not convinced, but this is not. I mean the sources, yes, this happened right in front of my eyes. That is what it is. I'm going to say that, not to diminish the factor of that particular aspect, no. But that is to say, yes, I have seen my own eyes, we say, right? I have seen by my own eyes, with my own eyes I have seen that. I was an eyewitness to that thing. So I think I will just say this, share this. Immediately after that happened, I sent an email to all our congregation members who were on the mailing list, perhaps not even a core congregation, even everyone must have received that email, perhaps. But my intention was, how hope-giving is this incident really? That was none other than my own mother, who left her body in the winter of 2015. We were here, Ratnavali just arrived 10 days before that. That was, I think, 6th of January she arrived here. And I was just carrying on as usual my services here. And she was in India. She was actually on her way to Chicago, but on some flight disturbances, her flight went to Germany with before we came to, because she used to get up even before me, before I was getting up. And then I used to give her hot water kind of thing, but in the situation in India, she used to take hot water shower and then be there, chatting with us thing. Maybe for the last, before she disappeared from this, 16 or 17 years she's been chanting. Right? So that is only the thing she does. And when I just told her this Panchatattva mantra, she wasn't able to remember that fully, and then she was not. Then I said, doesn't matter, you chant Hare Krishna. That for okay. I said, you just pray, remember Panchatattva, just please forgive my offenses, and then chant the holy name Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That she was able to do that. Okay, then I'll make, because the time I shouldn't take a long time for this, and I think it's another 25 minutes, no, 15. If Prabhuji is ready, then we'll have to close by 7:45. I used to call, because my brothers or sisters, wherever she used to be, and then I used to call them, how is she doing? That is one thing parents would really like, that it's very much the support for them. They feel very good, comfort. They feel very good, very much comforted when we call them and speak to them from the distance wherever we are. So that's how she used to feel very happy. Oh, very good. And are you chanting? Yes, 2 times. 2 times her meaning is that 32 rounds. Yeah, 32 rounds. Yeah, because she had nothing to do. Because in her case, nothing to do. But then her count is like that. And maybe she may be chanting much more than that also. Because the entire day, she had only take breakfast, lunch, dinner, and during that time she had nothing else to do. Just she used to take a short walk in the house, and then outside the house, that keep chanting. That's only her business, nothing else. Then that's what she used to tell me that. Okay, then I called her as usual. I used to call them first my sister or brother, whomever she was interested to take away under care. Then my sister, that by the time it was my brother's son, she was. And they told me it was 12th of January, that is just a day before Makar Sankranti means, that is Boli, we call it as, Makar Sankranti, that is just around the corner, just few days just before, after that. So then they said, no, she is on liquid diet, she is very weak and things like that, they told me. Then after having talked to them, and then I hand over phone to mother, I just talked to her. Then I talked to her, yes, what's happening? I'm told that you are not doing well, you are weak and things. You are on liquid diet. Yes, I'm not feeling like to take anything solid. But I'm fine, I'm good. Should we come? No, 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 don't come. You pray for me. You told me that you are the only person there in the temple worshipping the Lord. You pray for me, I'll be okay. I'll be alright. That she told me 2-3 years before when she had, it was told that a partial, what do you call it, stroke, but nothing happened. The doctor, after that, when we told the doctor, he said it was actually a stroke, but no problem. And the body leaves or anything, nothing was affected, but that was just like it is as good as a stroke it was. That time also she told me, don't come. You pray for me, I'll be okay. And by then even I didn't go to India at least 2 years or 3 years I didn't go. But even at that time she said, you don't come, don't worry. Pray for me. So that happened, and this time I said, she asked me, and I asked her, should we come? No, don't come, pray for me. That was on 12th. 14th again I called, because they said she was on a liquid diet only. Then I called and they said, no, the continued situation is a little precarious. She still became weaker than what she appeared to be like that. Then I called her, talked to her. We have decided to come now. Oh, you decided to come? She paused for a while and said, okay, please come before I leave this world. Actually, I shared this story with the parents of our Amritakini Mataji on our way, because on a recent visit, when we did Yajna in my niece's house, they were very kind to come there all the way from Vijayawada, that place. And I was very inspired to go, because I promised Mataji I will definitely visit her place. And it was a very nice experience traveling with them. And then I shared this story. They were spellbound hearing, and the father was almost tears in his eyes. I was just feeling like that. So then I talked to her, and she said, no, please come before I leave this room. I said, there is something really this thing. When Premananda Mataji came, I asked, Prabhu, what your mind says? I said, Mataji, my mind says I must go. Immediately, I just made arrangements. She made arrangements, and then we went. And she was at my older brother's house. It is in Ghantasala Palayam, and then Ghantasala is about a mile's distance between these two villages likewise. And in between is the high school, Mahatma Gandhi Jilla Parishad High School, where we studied. We used to go walking and come all this, and sometimes a cycle, sometimes bicycle, like that. So then, this is, and then I traveled with the Saligramji, and then the Saligramji was there, and then this house was very not that congenial for me to worship the Lord in a separate room and things like that. My younger brother who lives a mile away from that place, if you travel in auto, it is about 10 minutes max. That's only the thing. So I was given a place there, and I was staying there, worshipping Saligramji. Then morning, everything, the bathing and everything, I used to collect that water, the abhishek, the charanamrit, everything. And then by then my sister-in-law used to cook breakfast and even lunch for me, because I wouldn't take anything there. But though my mother was given prasadam and that whatever it is that she was not as it is taking anything, I was taking from here only, but she was not accepting. She said, then charanamrit, abundant, I just took it along with the tulasi. And I used to give her in the buttermilk, and then because I used to almost complete by about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Before 9, I'm invariably there. Then sitting by the time to ask her to take breakfast, no. Then I will also not take. No, you must take. No, why you not taking? No, because I am not. So like that, see how the affection. No, you must take. Being a village, there were some small insects and mosquitoes, even at daytime also kind of thing. The flies only, mosquitoes if not. Flies were there. I was turning on the fan. She said, no, please don't turn on the fan. Then I was fanning her, no, don't. Why? Your hand will pain. He said, what is the pain that we endure to fan you, but the pain that you have taken? We are a cricket team, children, 11 children. You raised us so much, and you took care of every one of us, and what is the difficulty that we will have in this and fanning this? She was, no, then turn on the fan. That she allowed me to do it on the last day, of course. I'll tell you that. So then she was not, no, I'm okay, no problem, don't worry. Then everything, my as a routine was, all the days after I reached there, routine was just doing this thing, reaching her by 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, chanting my rounds there, reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita there, by her bedside, just like that. And she used to just come, Hare Krishna, like that. She used to like money because she by then has no energy to continuously sit on the cot or in the chair. That was, she was doing. So this went on 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st. 6 days gone by. And the 7th day, that is the 22nd, Thursday. This I came to know when my sister-in-law told me, because she is also not that well educated that she can understand all these things. She was asking me, Babu, why mother asked me to ask when is Amavasya, this thing like that, all that. Oh, will Amavasya pass off? Or I will leave my body before Amavasya, something like that perhaps. She must have had those doubts in her and she was asking her. And this day particularly, we have the door which is on the eastern side. Another door, which door was there on the eastern side, and her head was facing east, and then the bed was put there. And then she asked her, please keep this door open today. Until then it was closed because of whatever the mosquitoes and flies and all, whatever it is. So she was not wanting that to be open and things like that. She asked her, open the door. Yeah, she asked her, why you were asking me to open this door today, but so long you asked me to keep this door closed. Then, because according to her understanding, the Vishnu Dutas will come through that gate, through that door. They will enter through that door. So then this happened, and after that, okay, every day, she would just not take this, only that Charanamrita she was taking, and I was surprised. And also by then, let me tell you this, since everybody, relatives, friends, all came to know that Dhananjay had come from America, everyone, relatives, friends, everyone came and paid a visit because there must be something gravity, the situation must be grave or serious, very serious, what made all the way for her son to come from America. Everybody came, means but she met everybody. And also, even until last, the power of the holy name, again I just, with all humble, with the gratitude, the way that she did. When I used to call my sister, oh my God, she is getting up in the middle of the night and rosing and chanting. I said, don't worry. Let her, she is not doing anything abominable. She is chanting the holy name. Okay, you don't expect her to be sitting in a posture, Padmasana, lotus posture, and then chant the holy name. She is chanting the holy name no matter. She is sitting in the chair, lying in the cot also, don't matter. If her bodily functions are not okay, even while lying, you can just chant the holy name, because Krishna understands all that. See, the entire life is a preparation. Death is an examination. The entire life, what we go through, is ultimately we remember Krishna's name at the time of leaving the body. Ante Narayana Smriti. Am I right? So, in that process, she was trying to remember Krishna, either sitting or dozing. Of course, I do the sleepy rounds of 16 or 25, whatever it is. I am not saying that I am just going so this thing, but Krishna sees our attempt. And while chanting, sometimes I laugh myself because if some Mahaprasad said, I was chanting, taking around all that, and I said, okay, take a piece of fruit and just eat. What am I doing? But Krishna smiles, because you're okay, sleep it out, okay, dog is okay, then he smiles. He doesn't take, serious offense of that, That is the nature of Lord. Like a parent, loving parent. He just says, okay, he sees the attempt. Yes, after all, he is trying to engage himself in chanting my name. That is what he sees. If he sees the offenses, what is our qualification? Our sister? What is my qualification? That is what it is. So in that situation, she was trying to remember Krishna, no matter what. So then the 22nd, Thursday it was, Thursday. Until then, by Krishna's mercy, Radharani's mercy, the holy name, the power of the holy name, that she has been chanting the holy name, she was not having any discomfort, bodily discomfort, I could just see that. Because she was only when she has to go to the bathroom, she used to ask my sister not to accompany her. I only told her because she should not fall and then it will be a problem for us, likewise. So that's what she was taking her, but not even holding, she was just walking by her side. That's what I'm saying. Because we here, at the time of leaving the body, 60,000 scorpions bitten, pain will be experienced by a person. That is for a person who's got so many attachments, the house, the car, the bank balance, the children, this and that, so many things. All those will be holding us, causes us pain. Once, have you, any of you have been bitten unfortunately by a scorpion anytime? No. Oh, here he is. And he can know the pain, how much it is. Even once I remember a ant bit me, oh my God. I was just totally shaken, so much. So 60,000 scorpions bitten pain means we can just not even enough that's not how much it is. How much it is. Your Prabhu knows that. How much it is, so much pain, I know. Like that. But I was trying to, because we have all this, what we have gathered, the knowledge, okay, this would be like this would be like this. Okay, by then my brother's son, oh, he came all the way from America, can't he take my grandmother to the hospital, this and that. He started passing the comments with his friends and all. I said, I first talked to the doctor. Doctor, this is what it is. Then he told me, what you feeling is, what your opinion, I just okay with that opinion, what you say is right. She is not in a position to, what the drug, what is the medication is given, digest that along, because she is on a totally liquid diet. That is not going to do any good for her. This medication she can't just stand. And that's not going to do any good for her. Whatever you are thinking, at the most, if had I taken her to the hospital, that should have been something that they would have hooked up to all those machines. Oxygen, this and all that, showing her health, I mean living health, in this living condition, I would have just put her, taken to her a hospital. I mean, a big fat bill, that is okay, but then whatever it is, if not, but then okayness is, and I don't mean that we have a lot of money to spend on it, but that is what they do. And this experience I had in my first experience, I told you, 2 eyewitness things that people leaving the body. But the first one I ran away. Ran away means got away from the place because I wasn't able to see the pain. This was exactly, and also I can say that that helped me not to commit the mistake or taking her to the hospital wherein they would subject to this thing. The person was crying, please take out all these things, I can't stand that. But I was helpless because the doctor said, well, and so many other things around, I could not do that. But in this case, I said, Krishna, you are everything. So we are depending on you. If it is your wish, may it be so. What we can do. That was my prayers, chanting the holy name, chanting Bhagavatam, everything there by her bedside, 7 days. 7 days it happened. So the 7th day, this was going on like that, and then I had my prashadam about 12:30 like that, then as usual, then the flies were more, and she is like, I was just saying, no, don't do that, now turn on the fan. She made me, because so that I won't fan her, I put the fan aside and then turn on the fan. She was able to stand that thing and all that. 1 o'clock, and she was just while this side to that side, changing the sides only, that's nothing. And no wound or pain. Are you okay, mother? I asked. I'm okay. I'm okay. Then are you chanting? Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Okay. So she was fully conscious, what I mean to say, she was fully conscious. There was no problem, seemingly no pain, no suffering, nothing. Yeah. So then around 1:30 she asked me, she called me, she didn't ask me, she called my sister-in-law's name. She was outside attending to some work near the tap. I said, you want me to call sister-in-law? She nodded. Then I called. She came. She asked her, okay, sit by my side. She indicated her. She sat there. Then she was only just by the Amma, are you okay, mother? Are you okay? Then somehow my senses turned on this. I felt the pulse. It was dropping. Very, very low, and then the beatings were this thing. Then I intensified chanting, Mother, are you hearing me? Chanting my Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Are you chanting? Then she said like this 2 times. 2 times, what is like that? She chanted right from morning. I was chanting with her and she was also chanting, you can say that. That's it. But then I intensified the chanting louder, but then it was a time of 2 o'clock. 1:30, another midnight, then I was chanting and she was just sitting by the side. My sister was trying to, not trying to, she was naturally being lady, the crying, the tears are crying. I said, don't, it's not the time for crying. It's the time for chanting. Don't cry. And also then I said, and 2:10 something, but again I felt that even pulse still falling down low. And in the meanwhile, mother started only just sometimes this side, sometimes flat, and this side. Then 2:15, then I asked, Mother, are you hearing me? I'm chanting the holy name. Are you chanting? She closed her eyes. She closed her eyes and then she said, then I was just chanting inside by chanting, and then I was just almost, then the tears rolling down my eyes, and I said, I intensified chanting. In that, I started crying again. Not crying, the water, tears are rolling down, and then my sister started, no crying, chant Hare Krishna. I just literally, this thing, Hare Krishna, I just chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then, Mother, can you see this? And I had this in Bhagavad Gita, that, see, Prabhupada is calling you. Prabhupada is calling you. You should not look here and there. Look at Srila Prabhupada. He is calling you. You must go to him. And see, here is Arjuna, the cover page right now. Here is Arjuna, Krishna is driving Arjuna's chariot. Can you see? Can you look at him? Can you look at? And Astasaki, the picture is there. Just look at this. Krishna, Astasaki Vrinda, he is there. You must go to them. You must not deviate your mind here and there. You must chant the holy name. Go there. I chanted and I had tears rolling down, and then I just chanted. Can you look at this? Can you look at this, Prabhupada? Can you look at Krishna? Then until then she was closing her eyes, and 2:20, she wide opened her eyes, gazed at the picture, and then 360 degrees she just scanned. And closed her eyes. 2:20, she just, that was it. I chanted again, louder, and that's it, because she was telling me that she chanted even also before Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, I'm chanting like that. Oh, I was so listening. Okay, anyway, I just chanted my sister, I stopped her, no crying. In the meanwhile, I was trying to calling people like other brothers and all that. So that was enough. A glorious departure. Thursday, by then Uttarayana Punyakala entered. Until Makara Sankranti, that was Dakshinayana. But of course, Prabhupada says in the commentary of this thing, because that doesn't apply to a devotee, those things. Like daytime, broad daylight, and this and that, and the sun in this direction, and the moon, and this and that. Those planetary positions or dispositions are not going to matter for a devotee, because he is chanting the holy name always. So what else we can just expect? Such a thing means this is Personally, I was present there, and she chanted the holy name. All the while her bodily functions. So now when we go for preaching, oh Pandit ji, uska kya umar hai abhi? Oh bacha hai, 25 years old man. No, वो उसका बच्चा है, शादी होना है. Oh, as if we have written, born from Brahmadev. Okay, you will live for this many years. So this and that. Who has seen the next kshana or truti is not in our hands. We don't know how long are we going to live. They would say, no, he has to get married and have children and have family. And at the old age, when years now I have to use this spectacle, this thing, read. I was thinking, I can just read without them, survive. But no, that's not the case. What is the point in giving a withered away flower or rose to offer to Krishna when he is blooming so beautiful and then lush and all that beautiful colors and then fragrant and then offer to Krishna is happy. Not in invalid situation, eyes can't see, nose can't smell, ears can't hear, all teeth gone away and then going to Krishna at that time. That is wrong. So, this is a very, very much hope-giving thing. Isn't it? That is the reason what made me to transmit or just send an email to all of them. This is what happened. This is what happened. So that is the power of the holy name. That is the power of the chanting of the holy name. Satatam kirtayan toma vejana parvipasate tesham nitya vektanam yogakshemam mahamyaham. He means it. And Prabhupada writes such wonderful commentary on that. Unconsciously chanting the holy name. My God, how wonderful. That doesn't mean that I continue my sleepy rounds like that. No, but then trying to remember that so wonderful Lord is so wonderful. So hope-giving this is. And Harvey's Prem Kishwari also shared 2 eyewitness or kind of things like this, similar to this. So wonderful that hearing these things increase our faith in the holy name. Yes, may I never forget you, Krishna. Even sitting, standing, walking, doing anything, remember, chant His holy name. And no kind of any difficulty in that by remembering, to remember Krishna. And the more we just try, of course, that becomes easier for us. The practice. Abhyasa yoga yuktena, as Krishna says. Though it is difficult, but it becomes easy by our endeavor. Krishna sees our endeavor. When we take one step towards Him, He takes one. And we know that with 2 steps, He's covered 1 step in the entire and another step. So this is what it is. So these are all the ones that gives us a hope that, yes, such a good thing. So I think, actually, even I have not said, I'm sorry, now I remember we have not said the invocation prayers, so nothing, I just started off like that. I'm sorry for that, but anything, any comments or questions or anything like this?
Thank you so much for bringing up that, Prabhu. It's very heart-touching, and for me somehow I always get bothered by this unconscious or inattentive chanting and not doing properly. So will Krishna really hear that, or will the holy name have the mercy on it? I mean, I've been hearing the faith is there a little bit, tiny bit, but then from my endeavor it's not there, so how is it going to be? But these 2 words you were stressing upon, vivasha, unconsciously, and I was also thinking sadhya, at once, immediately we can be free.
Yes.
And it's so wonderful how Krishna has made you be there and
Yes.
7 days complete absorption, including on that day chanting 32 times.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, because
It's
even now,
unimaginable.
okay, another thing now, even when I'm talking, anytime I just bring this subject matter to anybody, I just say, Krishna, thank you, Krishna, Radha, thank you, Radha. Because that soul, my mother, didn't know anything, because being headmaster's daughter, she didn't go to school. She was not sent to school because she had to help at home. They also have a big family, so being an elder one in the family, she had to help the grandmother, my grandmother. So that's why she was headmaster, her father. Can you imagine the state of her face?
Do not send her
she went into the school. She is really great. She had imagined that. That's what I'm saying. So she didn't know anything. I just prayed, Krishna, please. So that is what, oh my God, had it to happen. By the time we took long time to travel to India, it could have happened then. Also, I was not available during night time there. I was in my younger brother's house there. Alright? So this was the thing. Only morning I was just spending time with her from 9 o'clock to evening at the most 8 o'clock. Because being in a village, so they know that I just used to go by when there's no 8:30, something like that, or at the most 9 o'clock. So at 12 hours, so during the daytime I was available here. Then it could have happened at night time. I was so thankful. Oh, thank you, Krishna. Oh, there were so many possibilities that could have taken place, but you availed all those things and made that happen during my presence. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Radharani. How wonderful it is that. So that's why it is her endeavor that she made. While the light fail was within her, she didn't realize that time for any other purpose than chanting the holy name of Krishna. That is what it is. Krishna sees that, our endeavor. Swalpamapi sudharma sitrayate mahato bhayat. The death, my God, there is, oh my God, Krishna, this can also happen like this, so I have a hope. So that's why I see people come here, sometimes in the temple, they will be just totally spaced out. They don't say Hare Krishna. Even outside when I am walking, they say, hi, Hare Krishna, Amen, hi. They would say. But our devotees, we know each other for many years and things like that. They don't, as if they are not seeing or not existing there. They say, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Oh my God, what happened? Why? Because these are the people, they come at the time, Prabhu, when I am dying, they come, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. They remind me, the ears are open, the holy name goes into my ears and make me remember Krishna, so that I have hope of entering into the Krishna Seva. That is what the devotees, when they come. So with them, I make up a quarrel, I do this and no matter what, we have so many shortfalls. So forget about it. No, don't call. Even by calling, stay with the community. Don't go away from the community. So that they know, okay, he has got this problem. No problem. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. That is what is staying amongst the devotees. That is what they remind us of Krishna. They tilak, beautiful abundant tilak, all that. So that is what it is. So these are the ones who are just really helping us. Even at the time of leaving the body, they come. Just, okay, Prabhu, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Are you hearing Krishna's name? They will just chant the holy name in our ears. That is the thing, advantage. So Balaram Prasad Prabhu must be just, looking at his watch. Why this Prabhu is not, I know he is very early, I know that. So we will, I think any other comments we can just take. Anything, Srinivas Prabhu? You have anything to add? Lingaraj Prabhu, Sanjay Mataji, any of you?
It's glorious, this.
I need the sources. Anything from Ajmer? Vrindavan Prabhu?
It's a very faith building, Prabhu.
Huh?
It's a very faith building.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Yeah.
More promise and the holy
Yes.
chanting is
Yes.
the only thing that
True, yeah.
very nice.
True. Because see, I am not at that place, sitting in one asana or sitting in one place and chanting. Because recently, during my visit to Mayapur and other places, they are really very, very totally focused. And I was just comparing myself. I said, yes, one day I will be able to do that if I can. But that is good. It's not that okay, Krishna is and hope giving is the holy name and Krishna is merciful. No, but not totally taking advantage of that, but we should try. It doesn't mean that, okay, we can do as we like. No, that doesn't mean that. We have a Guru Parampara and they have emphasized certain things, the number of rounds and the way we should chant. But without it, it's not that, okay, that is they're not taking granted things. No, it should be. Because I can't just say, oh, my mother is not initiated, but still she was chanting, so she could go. No. But we have to try to achieve that thing. That is what it's not that no, we can slacken the thing, oh, it's no problem. That is no. We express while expressing gratitude to Krishna and the good parampara, everything, all that is there. But then we should try to. It's not that no, the lecture, the entire part of this is okay, this so, no problem, cool, no cool business. No, we are not that cool business minded. We are wanting to just say there is a hope, but then we have to do our duty. Right? So that is what it is. The take home message is we have to be serious. That is, we have to be serious in that matter. It's not that we can just slacken it. No, that's not there. We have to be serious while chanting and trying to just make that mark. But with all that, whatever in this thing, that's Krishna is merciful, so that we are thinking that we should be trying to, if this could do so much, why not if I do it? Unconsciously down the message or chanting the holy name could give us so much benefit. If I do it, why not? How much it will be? Right? That is what our thing should be. Our thing, that is what I have achieved. Perfection, in the sense, chanting the holy name perfectly, nicely. Chanting, not the sleepy rounds of this thing, but then attentive chanting, I should try. That is what I should. That is the take home. Please let us not again there's it's there. But then hope is there. That definitely is hope giving. Such kind of incidents and also those, I told you, Prem Kishore Mataji shared 2 incidents like that. Really, the last minute. So some people say, oh Prabhuji, what is the point in chanting the holy name all the while, all throughout the night? What is there? Last minute I will be able to try. It is not possible. No. Not possible. Because of the endeavor of the individual, that is, the circumstances so designed to be like that, and somebody devotee happens to come, like that it happens. At times I just don't think like that, because I think, Mataji, I think you must put it off, otherwise I feel, okay, I have done this service,